The Munchkins were ecstatic. Their streets, once terrorized by the Wicked Witch of the West, were now safe. Glinda, the Good Witch of the South, smiled down at them. She held up a bucket. It contained what was left of the Wicked Witch, a puddle of melted goo. The crowd cheered. They showered Glinda with flowers and praise. Glinda tried to share their joy. Truly she did, but a knot of unease tightened in her chest. She thought of the witch, Elphaba. The witch hadn't always been wicked. Glinda remembered their first meeting at Shiz University. They had been friends once. What had turned Elphaba, a passionate, misunderstood soul, into the reviled, wicked witch? The answer, Glinda knew, was far more complicated than the simple tales told to children. Wickedness, she realized, wasn't something you were born with. It was something thrust upon you, often by those who believed they were doing good. Glinda knew the truth. Elphaba's story wasn't about a wicked witch. It was about a woman who dared to fight for what she believed in, even when the whole world turned against her. It was a story the world needed to hear. Elphaba's birth was an omen. The sky, normally a cheerful blue, turned a sickly green. Her father, the Reverend Frexpar Throp, a stern man of faith, was horrified. His daughter's skin was a vibrant emerald green. Rumors spread like wildfire through their small town. The midwife fainted at the sight of the child. Some whispered of a curse. Others claimed Elphaba was a demon spawn. The Reverend, a man of God, struggled to reconcile his faith with the fear that gripped his heart. Elphaba's mother, Melena, however, saw only her beautiful baby girl. She loved Elphaba unconditionally, shielding her from the harsh whispers and judgmental stares. But Melena's love couldn't protect Elphaba forever. The world, it seemed, was determined to remind Elphaba that she was different, that she didn't belong. Growing up was a constant struggle for Elphaba. Children ran away screaming, their parents pulling them close as if Elphaba were contagious. The other children wouldn't play with her. They called her names like Greenie and Froggy. Even in her own home, Elphaba felt the sting of her difference. Her father, consumed by his religious duties, found it difficult to connect with his unusual daughter. Her half-sister, Nessa Rose, born with a physical disability, resented Elphaba's magical abilities, but Elphaba refused to be defined by the prejudice of others. She found solace in books, devouring knowledge with a hunger that surprised even her tutors. She discovered she had a gift, a raw, magical talent that pulsed within her. It was a secret shame and a source of strength. Elphaba knew she was different, but she also knew she was worthy of love, acceptance, and a chance to make a difference in the world. Shiz University was a revelation for Elphaba. Here, amidst the bustling hallways and diverse student body, she dared to hope for acceptance. Her roommate, a bubbly and popular girl named Glinda, later changing her name to Glinda, seemed to accept Elphaba without reservation. Elphaba thrived in the academic environment. She excelled in her studies, particularly in her magical abilities. She befriended Fiero, the Arjiki prince, drawn to his charisma and rebellious spirit. For the first time in her life, Elphaba felt a sense of belonging. However, her time at Shiz wasn't without its challenges. She clashed with Madame Morable, the headmistress, whose strict adherence to tradition and subtle prejudice against animals unsettled Elphaba. She witnessed the growing discrimination against animals, stripped of their rights and relegated to subservient roles. Shiz University was a microcosm of the wider world, a place where good and evil, justice and prejudice were constantly at odds. It was here that Elphaba's moral compass began to solidify, shaped by the injustices she witnessed and her growing empathy for the marginalized and oppressed.